Welcome to today's video, where we're going to explore one of the most powerful features in Terragrunt sharing values from child to parent. If you've worked with infrastructure as code tools like Terraform or Terragrunt before, you know how important it is to keep your configurations organized and maintainable. One way to achieve this is by using a hierarchical approach, where you break down your infrastructure into smaller, more manageable pieces. But what happens when you need to share values between these different pieces? That's where today's topic comes in. Being able to share values from child to parent can save you a ton of time and effort, making it easier to manage complex infrastructures. In this video, we'll dive into the details of how this feature works, its benefits, and provide some practical examples to help you get started. By the end of this video, you'll have a solid understanding of how to share values from child to parent using Terragrunt. So let's start by explaining what we mean by sharing values from child to parent. In Terragrunt, when you create a new configuration file, it inherits all the variables and configurations defined in its parent directory. This is great for avoiding code duplication and keeping your configurations organized. However, sometimes you need to share specific values or variables between different levels of your infrastructure hierarchy. That's where the input section comes into play. By using inputs, you can define a set of variables that will be passed from the child configuration to its parent. Here's an example. Imagine you're managing a complex application with multiple services, each with their own configuration file. You want to share some common values between these services, like database credentials or API keys. Instead of duplicating this information across all your configurations, you can define it in one place, the parent directory, and have each child service inherit those values. But what about when you need to share more complex data structures, like objects or arrays? Terragrunt has got you covered here too. By using a combination of inputs and the locals section, you can easily pass around even the most complex pieces of data between your configurations. So, let's summarize what we've covered so far. We explored how to share values from child to parent in Terragrunt. We discussed how using inputs allows you to define a set of variables that will be passed from the child configuration to its parent. We saw an example of sharing common values between multiple services. And finally, we touched on how to pass complex data structures like objects and arrays using locals. That's it for today's video. I hope you now have a solid understanding of how to share values from child to parent in Terragrunt. This feature can save you so much time and effort when managing complex infrastructures. If you found this video helpful, be sure to like it and subscribe to the channel for more content on infrastructure as code and DevOps practices. If you have any questions or want to learn more about a specific topic, please let me know in the comments below.